Okay, so for this next question, with the popularity of the game Among Us on app stores across the nation, I thought I would visit that in a old school way. I don't know if any of you guys ever played Mafia or Werewolf in maybe a church group or some other setting. Very similar to the idea of Among Us. So each of you were messaged beforehand, and you were given one of three roles. And these three roles are: one of you is a werewolf, most of you are villagers, and one of you is a sheriff. And what that means is this game will be played in phases. Each phase, the werewolf will have killed one of you guys. So I'll explain it this way. Let's just play it. I'll explain as we play.
There you go.
So, all right. It is a cold winter's night in our fair village when suddenly a full moon rises into the sky, roughly 58 Amazon rivers away from the earth. A chill is sent down the spine of villagers as they go to sleep in their homes. And when I say go to sleep, everybody will close their eyes physically. So everybody close your eyes.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I ask for a certain type of person to wake up, then that type of person will wake up. On this particular full moon, our werewolf wakes. All right. So the werewolf is stalking through the night, unsuspecting villagers sleeping in their bed, and if the werewolf would message me and tell me who their target is, that person will have died a gruesome death at the hands of our evil beast. So if the werewolf would message me. Okay. So everybody sleeping wakes in the morning to find Roy is dead.
Right.
Now that Roy is dead, the villagers convene a meeting. Noticing the bestial marks, they suspect there is a werewolf among them.
I suspect there's a werewolf among us.
Lady and gentlemen, discuss among yourselves who you think might be our frightening monster.
Hmm.
Do I get to participate, or am I just dead?
You're just dead.
Okay.
So he's a ghost. He can't communicate with us.
Oh,
The dead cannot talk.
Dang. So so basically the person's to lie, like the wolf has to lie and stuff, and whoever it is.
Yes.
Well, the wolf doesn't have to lie, but if he doesn't, he's probably going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
If the wolf could be so generous as to turn himself in now, it's all wrapped up real quick.
So much easier. Racked with the guilt of murdering one of our fellow countrymen.
So at the end of this phase, y'all can elect to have somebody hung, or y'all can skip that. At this point, y'all don't have enough information to go off of. I would vote to skip.
I'm going to vote to skip.
Sure.
Sure.
All of you are voting to skip?
Yes.
Okay, well, the townsfolk convened their meeting but could not come to any suspects. So they locked their doors and went away fearful. A month passed. During that month, as they were sleeping, the sheriff awoke, and the sheriff investigated. Now, the sheriff may message me and ask if one of the other people is a werewolf. The werewolf does their investigating. They can ask who the werewolf is. And I, the narrator, will tell if that is correct or not. The sheriff has done their investigating and went to sleep along with the rest of the village. But alas, the month passed. Another bloody full red moon, 58 Amazon rivers away, rose into the sky, and the beast awoke once more. The beast, on the prowl, looking for blood, slays another villager, and Werewolf will now tell me who that villager is. And the villager's awake in the morning after the full moon to find that Drew has passed.
You're my friend.
Drew has been mauled to death. It looks like he's been beaten with a cheese grater, and it's just not pretty. So the remaining villagers, James, Brian, and Tiffany, convene a meeting, and they decide. I don't know what they decide.
Wait a minute. So
Decide to talk.
So there's one of us is a villager, one of us is the sheriff, one of us is the
And one's a
Well,
sheriff.
the sheriff could have been killed.
Oh damn.
I don't know that. So
Give
the
us that
sheriff
sheriff.
could be
Give
alive,
us-
could be dead. Now the sheriff is at liberty to disclose whether or not they are the sheriff. Of course, the werewolf could say they're the sheriff. So,
Shit.
of course, then the sheriff would know. So that's a risky proposition. So, any suspects? Would anybody like to have somebody hung out for this one? Look, there's not a lot of you left. I would
That's
probably.
me. I say we kill somebody because odds are one of us is gonna die regardless.
I mean, well,
Well,
somebody's
I'm
gonna.
the sheriff,
gotta-
so it could not have been me.
So
Tiffany makes the claim she's the sheriff. It's up to y'all to believe that or not. I will neither confirm nor deny. But Tiffany claims sheriff, so she claims innocence. Would anybody like to accuse someone? Point fingers, name names.
I don't feel like I know anybody enough.
I
yet
know.
to-
I know, it's like the garage is not
See,
been
like,
built yet. It's like
telltale signs of lying.
Is this the part where the Jeopardy music kicks in?
Mhm.
I can't get the copyright.
James has the most facial hair. Are you the werewolf?
That using real world logic. James,
Yes.
Seems pretty
Worked
sad.
on this for a month.
so Tiffany accuses James. Tiffany would.
I was wrongly killed on the last season. I'm not about to be wrongly killed on this season.
So Brian, would you back up Tiffany's wild accusation? I mean, look, this is just a game. Feel free to carry out a witch hunt. There's no actual consequences.
I extend an offer to both of you that if you join me, we'll make sure to kill the other person.
That sounds like an awful werewolf thing to say to me.
Mhm.
No, that means I'm the first name thrown out is my name, so I'm willing to. If either of y'all want to
Fair.
nominate the other first
We-
taker, I will. I just don't want to die.
Well, here's the thing. If I pick Tiffany, it'll be like a three-way tie, so nothing would happen, and when someone will die regardless, right?
Now, if you pick Tiffany, I would pick Tiffany as well.
But
But you can't pick Tiffany.
Of course.
No, I'm Tiffany. You can't pick me.
So Brian, you have a choice. You have the power of life and death in your palm. You could abstain from voting. You could condemn James, or you could condemn Tiffany.
I don't know enough information. I'll wait. We'll
We'll
see.
abstain from voting. No,
Wait,
nobody
wait,
gets hung
No,
tonight?
we can't. We cannot wait because if we wait, then the werewolf kills one more person, and it puts it at. Isn't that the rule? If we wait, and then the werewolf gets one more kill, and then that means it'll be two people left, which means the werewolf wins.
Exactly. So
Yeah. So we need to kill somebody.
yeah, exactly. So, and especially if that last person's the sheriff, then of course that they know. So, Brian, you really do have to vote. I would say.
Tiffany, it is nothing personal. This is out of the act of self-interest. I do not want to die, so
So,
it is in
James
your
is
hands,
voting.
Joseph.
or James is voting for Tiffany, who claimed to be sheriff.
Also, so I'm not saying that she's claiming to be sheriff
No, I
because
know
she's
you're
the
not.
werewolf.
I
No.
know you're
I'm,
not.
this is my argument that I'm presenting. So I'm not saying I know for sure that she's the werewolf. But I feel like if she were really the sheriff, she would have said that earlier.
Okay. Well,
She might never have played the game before and not know that you're
Well,
supposed to say
which is
it
also
early.
which is also true.
so Brian,
It may just be Joseph, and I'm helping a clever werewolf kill the other person.
so,
But it gets me
Brian,
one step further.
so the genius
Well-
of this game is everybody only knows what they are. So unless, I mean, the sheriff.
Well, while you guys are talking, I flipped the coin over here, so I'm sorry, James. You gotta die.
James,
Oh.
I flipped the coin. I can't tell, man. I just
Just
like,
the facial hair.
I just flipped the coin, but I was like,
places.
James, here we go again.
so
I don't
the
know. I don't know
village-
any information though, so I'm just.
And so the
Pick a random
village with
person.
torches and pitchforks go to the house of James and burn it to the ground with James inside, locked away. And they are lucky, for they have slain the werewolf, and the village is at peace again.
It was the facial hair.
The remaining
I
players
should have known.
get 5 points each. So, Tiffany, you're at 65. Brian,
I was
you're
actually thinking James was being pretty sus about it.
I thought I did pretty good.
I was just predetermined to blame you for something eventually.
That's why I didn't kill you the first time. I made sure to kill somebody I have no association with.